Hello everyone, welcome to today's news starter. Let us begin with the prelims practice question of the day. Tora National Park was in news today. So consider the following statements regarding the greater one-horned rhinoceros. Greater one-horned rhinoceros is very famous, especially in Assam and specifically in Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary. Three statements are provided, and of course, you will always get questions related to flora and fauna in prelims. So you need to identify how many of the above statements are incorrect, not the correct option. They are asking about incorrect option. It is found only in India is not correct. It is found in Indian subcontinent. It is found in India. It is found in Bangladesh. It is found in Nepal also. So this is not the correct option. Second one, its IUCN status is critically endangered is wrong. There are more than 3,000 one-horned rhinoceros in India itself, especially in Assam. So the statement is incorrect. So one incorrect statement. Third one, it is included under the Schedule 1 of Wildlife Protection Act 1972. So this is the correct. This is a correct statement. So two statements are incorrect and one statement is correct. The third statement is correct. The first and second statement are incorrect. Let's start with the topic of the day. The Chief Justice of India inside the panel for selection of Election Commission. So what should be done? Should CJI be included in it or not? So the ADR, that is Association of Democratic Reforms, have filed a petition against the selection of election commissioners based on the recently amended Chief Election Commission and Other Election Commissioners Act. Chief Election Commissioners and Chief Election Commissioner and Other Election Commissioners Act was passed in 2023, in which it was mentioned that the CEC, that is Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners, will be selected based on the recommendation of a committee. So this committee will include the Prime Minister, who will be the head of the committee. Along with Prime Minister, there will be two other members. One, the leader of opposition, and second, the cabinet minister. Any one cabinet minister appointed by the Prime Minister. So this is the basic requirement that is given. So the problem here is there was a very important case called as Anup Bharanwal versus Union of India. This case is very important. Take a note of it and try to study this also. Anup Bharanwal versus Union of India, in which the Supreme Court said that the Chief Election Commissioner and two other election commissioners should be appointed by the President. Appointment will happen by the President based on the recommendation of a committee who is headed by Prime Minister. Then there will be two other members. One is Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha and the Chief Justice of India. So this point is specifically very important. In Anup Bharanwal case, the Supreme Court told that the Chief Justice of India should also be included in the selection committee, whereas in case of the law that was given by the uh, government, it was mentioned that we will include a cabinet minister but not a CJI. So this is the problem. They said that we will include a cabinet minister, we will not include a Chief Justice of India. So whether we should go forward with what the government has told or whether should we go forward with what the Supreme Court has told. So this is the basic question here. The case is sub judice, so the Supreme Court will be deciding about it. But I have given it here because Anup Bharanwal versus Union of India is a very important case. You need to mention it. If you get any question about election commission in mains examination, you need to mention it. This particular scheme is very important. Pradhan Mantri Samajik Uttan Evam Rozgar Adharit Jan Kalyan Portal. In short, PM Surage Portal. PM Surage Portal is for the disadvantaged section of the society to provide them with credit. Entrepreneurs from the disadvantaged sections, that is OBC, SC, ST, should be given with credit, that is bank credit, if they need to, if they are in need of any credit or loan. So this portal has been provided, PM Surage Portal. It is implemented by Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. Of course, it is about the disadvantaged sections of the society. So obviously, Ministry of Social Justice will come in. Supported credit assistance will be provided to at least 1 lakh entrepreneurs. This is the basic target that is provided. It will act as, this portal will act as a one-stop point where people from the disadvantaged section can come and see what are all the schemes that is available for them, and they can apply for the scheme, and they can monitor the progress also, whether the loan is getting processed or not, what exactly is the problem, or whether they will be getting the loan money immediately or not. This happens in the portal itself. So basically, the ambition of the scheme is to eliminate middlemen and commissions. So whenever we talk about the disadvantaged sections of the society, especially scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, people are not that educated, especially people from the previous generation. So they are not much educated. They are in their 40s or 50s, but they need loan to start something. So generally, huge amount of exploitation happens from the government officials or from the middlemen. So in order to prevent this, the government has introduced a portal. Now these people can just apply everything on the portal itself. They can just log in. They will be able to see all the names of schemes that is available for them. They can apply for the scheme and they can easily get the schemes also. Second important scheme is the Namaste Scheme, National Action for Mechanized Sanitation Ecosystem Scheme. Mechanized sanitation. So this particular scheme is trying to prevent the manual scavenging. So manual scavenging is a very big problem in India because one thing, it affects the sanitation, it affects the cleanliness, it affects the health of the people who are doing manual scavenging. Second, most of the manual scavengers in India belong to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. So we need to prevent this. We have good machinery. The machineries can take care of everything. We just need people who can operate the machines. So the Namaste scheme was introduced. It is a joint initiative. This point is very important. It is a joint initiative of Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment and Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So two ministries, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So it talks about sanitation. So Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs come in. It talks about prevention of SC and ST into manual scavenging. So social justice and empowerment comes in. So take a note of it. Implementation agency, we already have the National Safai Karamchari Financial Development Corporation. This was started to provide financial credits to people who are involved in manual scavenging so that they can come out of it and they can start some business. So National Safai Karamchari Financial Development Corporation is already there. This corporation is implementing the Namaste scheme also. The target is for all the Amrut cities. 500 Amrut cities are there. So all the Amrut cities are the target for this scheme. And it will be taken up under the face of Namaste. And it will be implemented from the period of 2022 till 2026. This year, the time period is very important. 4 years it will be implemented. These workers and their families will be covered under Ayushman Bharat PM Jan Arogya Yojana. The Ayushman Bharat Yojana has two components. One is health and wellness centers, and second one is providing insurance, health insurance, that is Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So this scheme will identify, the Namaste scheme will identify if people are already enrolled in these health scheme. If not, they will try to include them in the scheme. That's all. And premium for septic tank sanitation workers, SSW, that is people who are involved in septic tank sanitation, that will be borne by the scheme itself. So under Ayushman Bharat Yojana, whatever premium has to be paid by these people, the government will pay it. So these provisions are very important. Apart from that, certain other things are also there. You need to remember it. I have discussed it in detail because from GS1 point of view, this topic is very important. Comes under social empowerment and prevention of untouchability, prevention of caste disabilities, etc. So this topic, this particular scheme is extremely important. Identified the sanitation workers and their dependents will be given counseling on available livelihood choices. So most of the times these workers do not take other occupations because they do not know that they have other options also. So what Namaste will do is they will identify these people and they will try to make a arrange for counseling session, not only for them, for the entire family. And they will tell that you have all these opportunities, and if you want, we can also provide alternative skills so that you can take up other options. If the workers are not interested in other option and if they want to continue in the same field, they will be provided with capacity building training. So in the same field, how to become an entrepreneur, how to start a organization, how to how to get new equipments or instruments so that there can be less manual interference and more profit. And for those people who need to get machineries or equipments, the government will provide capital subsidy of up to 5 lakh. Up to 5 lakh subsidy will be provided for machineries which are costing up to 15 lakh. So if they are getting a loan for 15 lakh, 5 lakh will be capital subsidy provided by the government. And for the rest of the money, the interest cap is very less, just 4 to 6%. So it is a very good scheme. Apart from that, during training stage, they will be provided with monthly stipend of 3,000 also. So these many provisions are involved in Namaste scheme. Try to read it multiple times and remember it. It will help you in mains examination. About research and development in India, we have already discussed it multiple times, but certain points are very important because it comes under the science and technology in GS3. The amount of money we are spending for research and development is very less. Gross expenditure for research and development in India is just 0.64, whereas in countries such as China, it is 2.4%. So this is a sad reality, and India need to implement more schemes and ensure that more finance is flowing towards research and development in the country. But the good thing is India has been producing too many doctorate scholars. India is the third highest producer of PhDs after United States of America and China. This clearly shows that if you increase your research and development expenditure, we can come to the top. The major problem in India is the private sectors are not contributing much for research and development. We have just 36% of contribution from private sector, whereas you take countries such as Germany, it's around 70%. One important scheme to promote research and development in India is National Deep Tech Startup Policy. Deep tech are those technologies which are disruptive in nature, for example, artificial intelligence, quantum mechanics, quantum computing, etc. So these technologies comes under deep tech technology. So National Deep Tech Startup Policy is there. What is this policy doing? It is going to ensure proper financial support to any startup that is working under the deep tech technology. Then protect intellectual property, tax benefits, setting industry standards and certificates. You need to set proper standards to monitor it. So we will try to provide proper standards also. And finally, it will try to link industry, research institution and educational establishment so more research can happen in deep technology startup scenarios. Mains practice question of the day, very simple. Explain the significance of election commission. You could have studied about it easily in your polity itself. In conducting fair and transparent election. So you can easily write it. Suggest some measures to improve the efficiency of the commission. Several measures are there. The law commission has told multiple times. You can start from appointment. You can tell that the CJI should be included in the selection committee. Then there should be more autonomy. The election commission should be able to deregister parties, should be able to apply penalty to parties. The during election times, if there is any violation of the model code of conduct, then there should be proper punishment for the parties. Model code of conduct should become a law. So these things can be mentioned in your answer. Prelims pointers. One very important news that was in the paper today is about Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary. The Assam government tried to deregister Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary, but the Supreme Court told that cannot happen because it is a very sensitive landscape. So about Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary, it is near to Guwahati of Assam. This is the location is very important. Apart from that, it is very well known for greater one-horned rhinoceros. Greater one-horned rhinoceros is found only in Indian subcontinent all over the world. So it is found in India, it is found in Nepal, it is found in Bangladesh. Only in Indian subcontinent it is present. Pobitora Wildlife Sanctuary includes two forests. One is Rajamayong Reserve Forest. Second one is Pobitora Reserve Forest. Rajamayong Reserve Forest is a hilly terrain. Pobitora is grassland. In Rajamayong Reserve Forest, we have leopards, capped langur, porcupine, pangolin, etc. In the grasslands, we have greater one-horned rhinoceros, water buffalo, monitor lizard, wild boar, etc. We need to know about Indian Rhino Vision 2020 also. Indian Rhino Vision 2020 was introduced to ensure that the population of rhinos big increases to 3,000 by 2020, and this was achieved. Another important aim was to introduce rhinos in all the wildlife sanctuaries of Assam, which sadly we could not achieve. So these are all the most important points that were in news today. Today's newspaper is very important. Too many schemes, too many data, and a lot of important news were there. So try to read it very well. Try to remember the points very well. All the best.